Hi, I'm Mike Taylor. Welcome to my Essentials collection. Today we're going to do a scissor cut, a nice classic haircut with a fantastic blow dry, all with the hair coming back. So first, spraying the hair down. Don't have it absolutely soaking because you don't want water on the floor. Taking the sections with the scissors coming through, holding the hair straight up, catching it with the comb, and then putting your guideline. Combing the hair down. Coming underneath, checking for your guide, and then cut again nice and slowly. And when you take your next section, just come along from your first section, so you've got a bit of your guide, catching your comb and just follow your guide. So always nice and slowly checking for your guide. Follow this shape all the way around, parallel to the head. So just working around the head nice and slowly, making sure you're using your guide. Right, now I've cut my base layers, all my layers around the side and the back. Now I'm going to move on to the top of the head. So keeping the hair, like I said, always a little bit damp, so it's easier to section and work with. At Mike Taylor Education, we believe in, with our students, using sections. We know that barbering, hairdressing is very artistic. There's loads of different ways that you can do it, and a lot of barbers you'll see, they'll work like this. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if I taught students to do it like that, they would never ever know how to do sections. So we teach from the beginning So then you can, well, you can't break the rules until you know the rules. So with the sectioning, I like to go ear to ear. So the highest point on the head. You don't need section clips for every bit of hair, especially when the hair's short. And believe it or not, to me, this is short hair. And then I like to do a box section at the top, straight across to each temple. And then 1cm sections, using the tip of the comb. You come, you hold the hair down with your fingers, comb forward, so you've got your nice section, and then comb up through and cut across. A little tip is always cut less than more, because you can always cut more off at the end. And then working through, making sure you find your guide. Nice centimetre sections. Once the top sections are cut, I want to come through to the sides. So I've got two guides now. So making a section through, I'll bring the hair up and using my guide from the top, cut. And then through to the side at a nice 90-degree angle. If you notice that I use my fingers to stable on the head and cut in between the two guides. And then repeat on the other side. So next I'm going to start working through the back area. I'm going to start from the highest point on the head, channeling sections down to where I've already cut so I can follow in the guide and blend it through. So now blending it through where I've cut, following the guide to the guide I cut. So it blends perfectly through, and then carry that on with 1 centimetre sections. So we follow through until the sections meet up and it all perfectly blends and layers together. So once you've finished the layers of the haircut, then just cross-check your work. The way I like to cross-check the work is I like to go through the opposite direction, but don't make the mistake of cutting again. Because if you cut again, it gets shorter and shorter and shorter. If you see some mistakes in your work, go back to your sections and bring them and cut them properly. Don't just go through now and just cut, cut, cut. So I'm coming through. And if there is any slight imperfections, don't worry about that. So how I like to do this is working against the way I cut. So I come through. So when I'm cross-checking, what I'm looking for is that everything is the same length. So now I've cut all my layers. What I want to do is refine the shape. So I am going to cut around the ears first. I use my comb and then I hold the ear down and I go gently, just with the tip of my scissors, up to the top point of the ear. Then I let the ear back and then with this finger, pull the ear down. And cut. Like so. And then with the back, I comb it. Comb the hair down to the nape and then just into the hairline, just take off any little imperfections. And same repeated on the other side. And then again, pull down. So always do it first with a scissor cut with the scissors, and then go afterwards with the trimmers. So what I want to do now is taper in the nape area just to get a really nice finish. And I'll do this using clipper over comb technique. So I am putting in the comb and then coming out at a 45-degree angle, just taking off the stray hairs just to give it this lovely finish. And then I'm not taking a lot off, I'm just coming around, clipper over comb technique, just getting this haircut perfectly blended. And this makes it look like an old school, classic look. For the final process of the haircut, what I'm going to do is go around the perimeter, go around the ears, make sure the hair's blended into the beard, and then I'm going to outline the taper. The one thing I don't do, if I can avoid it, is put square lines into the back of people's necks. Unless the client asks me for a square back, I'll always taper it because A, I think it grows out better, and B, I think it shows my haircut off so much more and looks so much more classic and natural. So always just using the point of the trimmers, go through the hair nice and gently. Again, I go to the top of the ear and then I will cross over and go around the back. So don't ever just come round like that. You'll take too much hair away. So as you can see, you come up to the top, stop, then you cross your trimmers over, and then you come around the back point. So with the hairline, never cut into the hairline. Before I did it with the scissors, now I'll just follow my guide. Now I want to clear the neckline, the neck hair, but I don't want to put a straight line here. I'm just going to taper this in so it just blends through. I'm going to finish off the haircut with the GBBA Hair Tonic Styling Spray. So this was showing the Mike Taylor Education scissor cut, perfectly layered, nice and simple to do, as long as you follow the methodical process.